Hello and welcome or welcome back. My name is Justin. If you're new here, I make weekly videos where I go through some aspect of my budget. Every 2 weeks, I get a 9-to-5 paycheck. That's what this video is going to be going over, is allocating those funds. In the time that I don't get paid, I usually try to find something to record related to my budget. Sometimes I do extra side hustle stuff where I have funds that I'm able to allocate. Other times it's just doing like recap videos or something related to my budget. Like I said, this video is just going to be a regular paycheck allocation. So if you're new here, what you see on the screen is not what my budgeting system used to look like. In fact, after you watch this video, go watch a few of my previous videos and you'll see the number of accounts that I used was astronomically high. It worked for me. I was comfortable doing it that way. I was basically doing envelope system using bank accounts as the envelopes. I also had a lot more category groups. And that's because I mapped my groups to my accounts. That way I could basically reconcile my budget if the category group was a different value than what my account balance showed, then I knew that there was a mistake somewhere. I have since simplified things a lot. As you can see, I only have a couple accounts. There is still a few on here that I'm probably going to get rid of. But I also have a lot less category groups and they're named differently. So if you watch my video that I made a couple days ago, earlier this week, I'll try to figure out how to put it in the cards. Or if not, I'll have it tagged at the end of the video. But it goes over my new budget system, what changes I've implemented and why. But you'll notice that all of my category groups are not the typical group names. These are quotes from movies that I found to be a perfect example or rendition of what that group is for. And so I used that. So my ready to assign amount is $19.29.82. This is actually 1 cent less than what my paycheck was. What I did with that other cent is I have this group that I hold money that I'm not quite ready to use in my regular budget. But I have a penny sitting here in this Chase account hold. And that's because I currently have 2 Chase accounts open. I used to have like 7 or 8. I only have 2 left. But I want to keep one of them open. And in order to prevent Chase from closing it, I need to have some money in there. And so I am going to keep a penny in there. I'm probably not going to actively use that account unless I absolutely need to. But it will be my tether to a national brick and mortar bank in case, for whatever reason, I need to go back to a national brick and mortar bank. This income account, I have already transferred the money out of there. I did that right before I started filming. But once those transactions clear, I will be closing that account. These 4 up here are accounts that I'm going to keep open. And then these down here, these 3 are just, they're accounts that I track things. As you can see, these 2 are manual. This is a prepaid card for my plasma donations. Not really a bank account, it's just a prepaid card. Uber Pro Card, again, that's a prepaid card. Not an account, but sometimes it's been a while, but sometimes I will Uber and there'll be money on here that I need to track. And then my health savings account, that is an actual account. I can't really do much with it other than spend from it. But I put it on here just so I can track that money in case I do use it for dental or vision stuff. It's able to be tracked that way. And then obviously I have my 3 credit cards. So yeah, the first thing we can do is So I don't forget, I want to go into my next month and set aside my rent. So if I struggle to find where things are, it's because I'm still getting used to my new setup. Obviously, things are a lot different, and I only recently made the change. So if I struggle to find something, you'll know why. But this is a magic month for me. So July, I get paid 3 paychecks. I get paid every 2 weeks. So I got paid 2 weeks ago today, and then I'll get paid again on the 30th. What I normally do is I set aside half of my rent for the next month. I didn't do that on the first paycheck because I wanted to use as much of that as I could to set aside in savings for my car. So now on this paycheck and my July 30th paycheck, I will need to set my rent money aside. So we'll go ahead and do a half fund in that. And then we will go back to apply. And I have 3 overspent categories. Normally I don't have overspending. I try to only spend what I have allocated in my budget. But because I knew that I was going to be closing accounts, consolidating accounts, I paid bills that normally get paid using those accounts with my credit card. And so I paid them before I set the money aside, knowing that I was going to be setting the money aside in this video. So we'll go ahead and take care of my car insurance. That was one of them. My Ring camera, looks like my bill increased about 5 cents. So I will add 5 cents. I'll take care of this one here in a second, but yesterday I ordered dog food, and so we'll take care of that second. But what I want to do is, before I forget, I want to increase my Ring. See, I'm struggling to remember where I put things. So I'm going to change my target on this. Instead of 1085, I'm going to up it 90, because I think that's my new normal. Change that. Perfect. Okay, so I have this group here, every paycheck. So there are items in my budget that I put a certain amount each paycheck, and that includes my rent and a lot of my discretionary spending, and dog food. So dining out, I put $50 every paycheck in there. Discretionary, again, I put $50 every paycheck in there. Household, I put $25 in there. I capped this amount at $150, so I don't put any more than $150 in. And then whenever I use that for things, I'll fill it back up at $25 per paycheck. So the last thing is dog food. I put $50 every paycheck. So that takes care of the overspending there. So we've taken care of my every paycheck and my rent and my overspending. Go back all. I have my checklist of things I need to budget. Next item. Premium. So that takes care of all of my for fun things. So this group is like my wants. And we're gonna, I don't want to write down the line. Power, I'm going to take care of the power on the July 30th paycheck. Taking care of all of non-monthly bills, which is $1. That's for the dog. Dog is done. I don't do anything for the future yet. Nothing for my emergency fund. That will be something I attack after I'm done with my car. So I made a car payment today. I made almost $1,500 payment today. But I need to set aside money for my regular car payment. So if you're new here, I have been, for the last couple months, I've been using this spreadsheet, tracking my payments and my payoff schedule, essentially. But yeah, over the last couple months, I've been tracking this, kind of forecasting out my payments, my interest, things like that. But as you can see, today is the 16th, and I had scheduled a payment of $1,674.30. That includes my regular car payment plus about $1,400 in principal payment, which means in 2 weeks, on August 1st, I will be making my final payment. Whatever that payment ends up being, it should be around $4,300, I'm estimating. So yeah, that's going to be awesome. I still haven't yet decided if I'm going to film that as a separate video or if I'm going to incorporate that into whatever my next budget video is. But I am super excited to be done with that. This has been a journey, quite a journey. So yeah. So I have covered everything that I need to, which means this extra $200 is going to go into my car payment fund. So yeah, that ends this video. We'll see you in the next one.